Okay guys, so first we should read out whatever is in the slide here, that what is wholesale. It's when you sell branded products that you source directly from authorized supplier, also known as wholesalers. This requires buying product in larger quantities. So you will need a bigger budget, however your per item price will be much less than if you bought your inventory from a retail store. This means there is a potential for higher profits. So as I told you that wholesale is also a business model which people are using and generating passive income from this model as well. So it's really a less risky model. So I will just stepwise differentiate and compare the private label and wholesale so that you can identify and know each one more proficiently. Okay guys, so first of all we need to know that from where we source the inventory, the products in private label and wholesale. So in private label you source the products from anywhere in the world, wherever you can find any manufacturer for the selected product. You just contact him and deal with him and you order your inventory. But in wholesale we mostly source the products from the brand which is already selling it, or you can say they are manufacturing those products by themselves or from somewhere outside the country, in China or from wherever it is, but you just take the inventory from the brand in initial that's the initial step. But in sometimes, like when the brand do not get provides you approval, so you go toward the supplier or distributor of that brand and you take authorization from that distributor to sell that specific brand, and then you start sourcing that product from that distributor or that brand and selling it on Amazon. So this was the basic difference between wholesale and private label. Let's go on. Okay guys, so the first benefit of wholesale is less competition. So how there is less competition? Basically the less competition here is that you do not have to compete with other listings there on Amazon which are selling the same product. Like if a brand is selling pizza peel and there are other listings on the Amazon, they are also selling like the sellers, there are other sellers on Amazon, they are also selling pizza peel. So you do not need to worry about those sellers who are selling pizza peel because this brand which you have selected, there is a specific criteria. On basis of that you select a product, a brand, and then contact them and you take permission from them. So it's a pre-planned that the product is already selling hot. It's a hot selling product and this product is having a higher rank than other of the listings there in Amazon. So you contact that brand and you do not need to compete with the other listings, but the brand will itself compete for ranking their listings or whatsoever. To compete the other listings you do not have to get panic. But there is competition in buy box. Like the difference in private label and wholesale, as I have shown you before, there was only one owner of the buy box in a listing in the previous video of private label, that there was only one seller in the buy box, there was no any other seller. So I will show you, let's go live, that there are many sellers in just one buy box on one listing. So there is competition in the buy box. You will find many shareholders, many owners in the buy box, including you. So let's go live and have an overview. Okay, now guys, we are on Amazon buyer side and here is a listing in front of us. This is a listing of Tablecraft and the brand is Tablecraft store. So you can see here is the buy box. The buy box we saw in the last video as well. So there was only one seller in the buy box. So here now the seller is selling supplies, but the brand was Tablecraft. Here you can see the brand is Tablecraft and the seller is someone else. It's named as selling supplies, and you can just see here just below the buy box there are 14 sellers. We can see that new from. So these are the number of sellers who are selling this product, this specific product in the same listing, and the number of sellers are 14. So let's open them. Okay, so here we can see these are the sellers. Yeah, this one in the top, this one is having the buy box, so that's why it is shown on the top. And after that you can see Trade Empire and different names you can see here. So these are all the sellers which are selling this product, and these sellers are competing with each other in this buy box. So this is wholesale, that you get competition in the same buy box, but you don't need to worry about outside this listing, about the other listings. Those are competing with this listing with this specific product. Yeah, but like you have competition here in the buy box. So the other benefit is high profitability of sales. How? In private label, when you launch your product, so it's not having that much ranking. Like when you start, so you are on the third or fourth page of Amazon, so no one is coming there and buying anything from you. So there is less probability of sales. But in wholesale, what happens, that the listing that you have selected and the product you have sourced from the brand, it's already ranked on the first page. It is already selling like 500 units to 600 units. So there is a high probability of sales in wholesale, that it's already ranked. You do not need to spend on PPC, on other marketing strategies to rank the product, but the product is already selling. So you have just me to that listing, you have just piggyback that listing, and now you are getting the sales as well. The third benefit is you have more choice in wholesale. So how I'm saying that you have more choice, because when you launch a product in private label, so you just focus on that one listing. You cannot launch so many products at once, because it's really consuming budget. Just one product in private label in USA, as per my perception, it can take $25,000. So if you will launch two, then definitely it will go up to $50,000. So you cannot just start product after product. Like you need to wait for the first product to get successful, and then you start another product. But in wholesale, what happens, that in wholesale you launch so many products. You do not need to rank any product, but it's already ranked. So you just get in touch, you just get touch with the listing, and you source that product locally from the market, and you start selling it. The fourth benefit is that more profitable. Wholesale is more profitable. How it is more profitable? I will say that it's more profitable because there is very less risk. In private label, if you failed and your product didn't got successful, so you lose a big amount. But in wholesale, there is less risk, because we source like 200 or at most 300 units just at once. We do not source like in 1000 or 2000 quantity, but in private label we source 1000 to 2000. That's why it's more profitable. Like in wholesale, we source the product within the local country. We do not have to go outside to source that product. That's why it's not that much time taking, so we can source that product and like make it live on Amazon in a very short time. So that's why it's I think profitable. But if you compare the margins in wholesale and private label, so I will say that private label has high margins than wholesale. In private label you can get like 35 to 45% profit margin, but in wholesale at most you can get like 20 to 25% profit margin. And the last benefit that I will mention, it's less time consuming. In private label, you order that of your inventory from outside your country somewhere, and you keep waiting for that product to be manufactured, then it's shipped. So it almost takes like 3 to 3.5 months, or maybe up till 4 months, because in the start you order samples and you compare them, then you negotiate, then the supplier give you lead time and then shipping time. So it's really a long process in private label. But in wholesale, what happens, that you just source that product locally, like from any of the city inside the country, and it takes like 10 to 15 days at most, or you can say 15 to 20 days. So in 15 to 20 days your product get live and you start selling it. So that's the benefit of wholesale.